Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Well, we've been demonetized by YouTube, so there's a lot of great ways to support the show, like patreon.com/Graham Elwood, rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. And oh, by the way, we've got new Political Vigilante merchandise. Look at this coffee mug with the logo. Oh, delicious, delicious vegan water. You can get this logo on a shirt. You can get that logo on a shirt. A lot of ways to support the show. Do it at GrahamElwood.com. I don't know why I'm using a Muppet voice, but it's not easy being green. So, AOC. More just gaslighting and lying. She's such a disappointment. I was such a fan of hers. I was so excited when she got in there, and I was like, here we go. And is she some deep state Manchurian candidate operative that they groomed to be in there? No, she isn't. She probably got in with noble reasons, but then I've seen it working in show business all these years. You get tempted with money and fame. You just start saying nonsense. She gave this big speech. She did this question and answer. And if you watch the whole thing, she says some stuff like it's not good what's happening at the border. And, and one news outlet says AOC slams Biden's immigrant policy, and she is kind of critical of it, but then she just says shit like this. This is where I don't trust her, because she won't just say it's awful what's happening. And she says here, and I'm going to show you the video in a second, where she says it was worse under Trump than it is now. And she's completely not even pretending that it existed. And this is the problem I have with neoliberals and the vote any blue will do crowd. They just pretend Obama and Biden for 8 years did nothing but give everybody rainbows and candy canes and lollipops. I'm going to show you evidence that was given to me by a fan of the show who her Twitter handle is at Bernie to Vest. We're going to show you some of her tweets. Complaints were made about children getting separated from parents under the Obama administration when Joe Biden was vice president. So this notion that, hey, it hasn't been great, but Trump was worse. Come on. Okay. Anyway. So first, let's listen to this.
Now, the first thing I want to say is that...
Oh, come on, man. Just keep saying it.
Is that the fact that this keeps happening over and over and over again is a political failure by both parties. And I want to be very clear about that.
Okay.
Because I don't want to draw false equivalence. What is happening here is not the same as what happened during the Trump administration, where they took babies out of the arms of their mothers and deported their families and permanently traumatized these children, some of whom we don't know will ever be reunified with their family again, which is a level of human rights violation that is just simply not the same. Both of these things are barbaric and they're wrong. But when you rip a baby out of the hands of a mother, you cannot draw the same comparison. And anyone who is trying to do that is doing a profound disservice to the cause of justice. So I don't want to excuse any of this, but I don't think we should also get them twisted together, because one is not the same. And we cannot dust that under the rug. And by the way, those families are owed reparations, period.
So right there, that's a lie. I'm about to show you how that's a lie. She says all this stuff that's like both parties are accountable. It's a failure by both parties. Okay, I'm on board. But Trump was, no, you're lying. You're either lying or just willfully uninformed. And I'm going to show you Department of Homeland Security documents. Oh, AOC, do you think she's just hoping that we're all just not going to pay attention? So this tweet was put by a friend of the show at Bernie to Vest, and this is her response. So before I'm called a violent, patriarchal, whatever, this is a woman, a female lefty, calling out AOC's lies. Under Obama, immigrant children were abused, raped, and tortured. The ALCU exposed 30,000 reports of the abuse from 2009 to 2014 to the Department of Homeland Security, and they were ignored. So I don't want to hear that. And this is right there. We just know right there. And you can say, well, Graham, this is just somebody on Twitter that's no. ACLU obtains documents showing widespread abuse of children. This is from the ACLU. And I'm going to show you the documents in a second, but we're just going to go through this Twitter feed. So this is the thing that I'm so sick of. I'm so tired of this. This is the lesser of two evils crap. This is what lesser of two evilism does. It excused this, then we don't get into the details of this. So AOC puts that up there. Kids were ripped out of mother's arms under Trump, but not, so this 30,000 cases of abuse. The ACLU court called this out. Mayorkas was Department of Secretary of Department of Homeland Security then and now. He's still DHS Secretary. Same guy. The ACLU sued the Obama administration for violating federal immigration laws. Well, who knew about that? I mean, it's hard to know about that when you're at brunch. So again, Obama, great tweets, putting everybody to sleep. And regulations as well as the Fifth Amendment. Obama had a no release policy, which is the same as Trump's zero change policy, using fear as a deterrent for asylum seekers. Again, this is from the ACLU's website. This isn't just somebody on Twitter making stuff up. This is the ACLU's website, and I'm going to show it to you. ACLU sues Obama administration for detaining asylum seekers as for immediate relief. Boom. Migrant children at border are still being separated from relatives for weeks under Biden administration. This was March 7th from USA Today. Biden administration says 14,000 migrant children are in custody as it refuses to call the situation a crisis. So, ACLU obtains documents showing widespread abuse of child immigrants in U.S. custody. I took this right from the ACLU's website. I took it right from the ACLU's website. Here are some of the documents that are on the ACLU's website. I'm just taking a couple of them. These are sealed. These are documents from Department of Homeland Security. Right? So this means these are redacted right here. The below information has been reviewed and is returned for whatever administration action or inquiry you should require your office. This is to show that it's official. So this is what it actually underneath it. The matter involves an unaccompanied minor. May 6th, 2014. Obama's second term. Joe Biden's second term. Of refugee and resettlement. Alleges that he was in Border Patrol custody over 72 hours. Transported to the Brownsville station. Jesus. He witnessed possible abuse of another unaccompanied child who had made shoelaces in a hold room. Then an agent discovered they moved the UHC to another hold room. And when the UHC was transferred, noticed that the UHC's arms and lips appeared to be purple and bruising. So AOC just doesn't care about this, doesn't know about this. When she finds out about it, is going to say what? Here's what AOC will do when she finds out about this. She just pretend like she doesn't. That's what she does. When people call her out on her bullshit, she pretends she doesn't hear it. If she's called out by like white males and she cries sexism and it's mean, when she's called out by women or people of color, like what this person is doing, then she pretends she doesn't hear it. So is my video right now? Is this an act of violence against AOC? I don't know why people keep defending her. Graham, don't be so hard on her. She's one of our allies. That's why I'm so hard on her. Lindsey Graham doesn't give a damn about this. The Republicans don't care about this shit at all. They don't care about this at all. Don't tell me you care about this. Don't tell me you're going to do something about this. Don't take photos of you in 2019 in front of the border crying and what Trump was doing is a travesty, and then get into office and say, well, it's not, it's different. It's bad, but it's like, look, Trump was worse. Don't tell me that. Don't lie to me and tell me that. I'm so tired of everybody saying how great fucking Obama was. No, he wasn't. I didn't draw this claim up. Both parties suck. Just admit it. Shut up that your party, you think your party's better than the other party. I'd rather just have a Republican say, I'm glad they're in cages. I hate them. I just know they're a racist asshole. Oh, you're a racist dick. I know who you are. Don't tell me you're for truth and freedom and not separating kids at the border and then excusing this or pretending like you don't see it or just downplaying it. Well, hey, it's not perfect. Oh, so when Trump did it, it was an outrage, but when Obama and Biden do it, hey, got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Another complaint number. 17-year-old was in custody for about 4 or 5 days. Secondary issue of UAC alleging he would witness physical abuse against an unnamed UAC during unknown time. Based on discussions, also email chain, he recommends that we request approval from you to close this case without issuing form documents. Since the original complaint was received from ORR and thus did not receive an acknowledgement letter, we would recommend sending the attached notified close the layer style letter. Office for Civil Rights and Civil Liberties, Department of Homeland Security. There's a whole treasure trove of these. I mean, there's just a whole document of these. I could go through all of them. This is just showing you some examples. I mean, look, we'll just do it. We'll just do the whole. All right, so here's the Dropbox. It just keeps scrolling down. This is all of the emails. I agree. Based on our discussions, we will see the info layer, close letter, template, blah, blah, blah. Final review. This is just a bunch of email nonsense back and forth. After carefully reviewing the information you plead, the issue is raised in a database that we can track. Patterns of violations involving the treatment of unaccompanied minors, including civil rights, civil liberties, such as the use of force, conditions of detention, and profiling on the basis of race, ethnicity, or religion by employees and officials of the Department of Homeland Security. Additionally, the CRCT is addressing allegations raised in this complaint in combination with other complaints that raise issues similar to the ones you raised. As we work with U.S. Customs and Border Protection to address similar allegations, we will take into account issues described in your complaint and will incorporate your information as appropriate. This matter involves an unaccompanied minor. While at Border Patrol custody in Brownsville, Texas, April 20th, 2014, Obama's second term. During this processing interview, he was strip searched and verbally abused in a small office with 2 BP agents, Border Patrol. The female agent accused him of lying about his age and date of birth. The UAC states that the female agent insulted him, told him his Guatemalan ID and birth certificate were fake documents, and threatened that if he did not tell the truth about his age, he would become the wife of a black male detainee and the other detainees. So a female Border Patrol agent said, if this guy doesn't tell the truth, she's going to basically turn him into like the sex slave. The UAC describes the female agent as tall and thin with black hair and black eyes. The female agent left the room, and then the male agent told him to take off all his clothes. The agent strip searched him and then continued to interview him about his age for about 15 minutes. While the UAC was undressed, the UAC provided the following description of the male agent. Very tall male with green eyes and red hair. The UAC was allowed to get dressed after the interview, and a third agent gave him the document with another image thrown away. So it sounds like those agents just played like good rapist, bad rapist. Another letter. Please be advised that our complaint process, due to technicality of the blah, 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 blah. If you file a complaint, I mean, look at how big this. This letter is an official complaint on behalf of blank, an unaccompanied alien child, UAC, regarding an instance of the abuse by Border Patrol at the time of the detention. I mean, this just fucking goes on and on and on. Look at this. All under Obama and Biden. So AOC, what are you talking about? Please tell us what you're talking about. Can you go through these documents and explain this to us? How this is somehow not as bad as what Trump did? Are you going to honestly say, well, it was, I mean, is this what we're going to do? Like, we're going to put on a grading scale, physical, mental, and sexual abuse? Like, is that, I mean, Biden is separating kids from families, but in a nice way. Is that what you're honestly trying to tell me? Hey, the Catholic priests actually loved those kids that they abused, so it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as what Epstein did, because the Catholic Church was like blessing these kids and giving them. Catholic Charities was helping kids out, so it's okay what the Catholic priest did, but it wasn't as bad as Epstein. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because a kid getting abused is a kid getting abused. I don't give a fuck if it happens from the Catholic Church or a billionaire or some Border Patrol agents, some red-haired piece of shit and some lady piece of shit that work for Border Patrol. Who probably took the job because they wanted to abuse kids. Oh shit! A bunch of unaccompanied illegal aliens. Oh shit! I can do. Who's gonna stop me? Because that's what abusers do. They always go where they can get access to people that can be abused and nobody knows. Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and that fucking filthy crowd would go snatch up kids from poor countries. The Clinton Foundation did it in Haiti. Pedophiles deliberately joined the Catholic Church because they knew they could get away with it. As my friend, who was a child crimes investigator, said, you can't go fishing in a parking lot. Does that mean everybody at Border Patrol and everybody who's works with kids is a predator? Of course not. Of course not. But come on. How many more do you want me to scroll through, AOC? How many more of these you want to look at? All from, oh, look, May of 2014. This is from the Florence Immigrant and Refugee Rights Project. This is somebody's declaration. At McAllen, Texas, U.S.-Mexico border. Yeah, this is the declaration talking about the female agent and the male agent. It just goes on and on. I mean, we can just go through all these. I mean, we just go through on and on and on. And then let's just do this. I'm just going to show you the. And here is the link. I'm going to put it in the show notes and also put it on screen right now. And we're going to show you where this is. We're going to share this screen. I just want you to see it, just so it's not like, oh, Graham, you're being too mean on AOC. No, I am. So is the ACLU being too mean? Because here's the ACLU's website. This is where I just pulled all that information from. ACLU obtains documents showing widespread abuse of child immigrants in custody. They got this in May of 2018, but this is from 2009 through 2014. Right? Look at this. This is the ACLU's website. Based on 30,000 pages of documents dated between 2009 and 2014, the documents were obtained by the ACLU Foundation of San Diego and Imperial Counties and the ACLU Foundation of Arizona through Freedom of Information Act lawsuit co-counseled with, so they had to get a lawsuit. Right? Here's another one. Oh, sorry, that's a ridiculous. Extension of settlement. Ugh. So are we going to keep letting AOC lie to us? Are we going to keep letting the Democratic Party give us these shades of abuse, and we're supposed to accept that? Abuse is abuse. Mistreatment is mistreatment. Injustice is injustice. Don't tell me that Trump gave me a shit sandwich, but Joe Biden's giving me a shit sandwich, with lettuce and tomato on a gluten-free bun, and I'm supposed to enjoy it. It's all awful. Say it's all awful and it's all wrong and do something about it. But you're not going to do that, AOC, because AOC has sold out. Maybe that was always her intention. I don't know. Maybe she came in with honest intentions, and then I've seen it happen in show business. People get money and fame. Excuse me. And then they change. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. That's a waste of time to debate. Was she? The point of the matter is now, whatever you thought she was, she's not that now. If you thought she was she's not doing the right thing now. And I'm so sick of this lesser of two evils crap. ACLU obtained documents through the Freedom of Information Act. Just showed you how awful it was under the Obama and Biden administration. Awful under Trump. Trump was awful. He was just more, I always said this about Trump. He was just the most vulgar version of the president of the U.S. empire. It's a crisis at the border. And AOC, again, talks a good game in the interviews, whatever, tweets this and that, but she's not pressing any policy. She's not going to get anything real change. And I guarantee you they promised her the White House in 28 or 32. Biden's not going to complete his first term. Kamala will be sworn in. She'll run for re-election in 2024. And they've told AOC, you'll be the VP with her or something, or they've promised her something big. Of course they have. Support our show so we can bring you stuff like this. And thank you at Bernie Tvest she's been shadow banned on Twitter. So follow her. She brought us this information, and thank you so much for supporting what we do. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood, rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. You can buy political vigilante merchandise. Boom, because the Democratic Party doesn't give me lobby money to push bullshit and interviews. Yeah, go to GrahamElwood.com. I've got a P.O. box. I've got PayPal, Venmo, a lot of great ways to support the show. And if money is tight, do not worry about it. Just do all the free stuff. Like, share, subscribe, push the videos out there. All my videos are at Rockfin, and they are ad-free. So thank you for watching, and shave your knuckles for justice. Ba-boom. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. They're we've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.